Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Malawians, Malawi's people. I'm speaking from Limbi, Malawi, the warm heart of Africa. My concerns go to all those who are going to vote on the 21st of May. Youngsters, 18 and above, those who are in university, those who are in high school, those who are in universities, colleges, technical colleges, whatever it is. I want to tell you straight. I have a son who's 20, my daughter 17, and let me tell you something, there is no future for them here. Malawi it's on its knees. It's half, 1 foot is in the grave. The only way you're going to get a job, whether it's a year, 2, 3 years when you graduate, is voting for this man here, this party. You see, this Malawi Congress Party, its foundations are built on integrity, on loyalty. The four corners, it's four corners of MCP. And if you look at most of the buildings in this country are built by Kamuzu, the MCP. I lived through all, if I may say so, all. I'm born in 1968. Kamuzu came into power in 1964. So I was born when he was 4 years into his reign. Yes, he was a dictator. Yes, it was horrible because you couldn't do this, you couldn't wear, men couldn't have long hair, ladies couldn't have short skirts, they couldn't wear trousers, you couldn't put music on Martyrs Day. Listen, it was the thing of those days. Most of Africa was under dictatorship and most of Europe was. And if I can tell you, look, Google it and find out how many people in Africa are still president for 30, 40 years. It's quite a few. So MCP, and you know, when Kamuzu gave over, he gave over voluntarily. He was a gentleman. Didn't fight it. Nor did Tembo, nor did Casimira. Mama Casimira or John Tembo. They gave over and they moved on. Now, you don't have a future, youngsters. Don't let anybody fool you by them building a polytechnic or it's nonsense. When you graduate, where are you going to go? You leave the country. So your parents or guardians or next of kin have gone and invested millions and millions of watches to educate you. And you take that knowledge and you go to another country and you develop that. Why don't you develop at home? You know why? Because you've done your maths. You have no chance of making one tambala unless you're a vendor. And even then, they're struggling. Is that what you want? Is that what your parents want for you? Is that what they struggle to pay all those bills after paying electricity, water, telephone, fuel, repairs on cars, taking you back and forth, your lunch money, your dinner money, your breakfast? Guys, they want the best for you. And let me tell you something, youngsters. You in life, like my children, I've told them, you must ask for the best of the best. The government is entitled to give you, has to give you that opportunity, that platform for you to have the best. And not one president from 1994 did that. And let me tell you something. You are the only ones who can request that. The only ones. And by demanding something like that is voting this man. I'm right next to him. I'm his advisor. I'm his presidential advisor. He's offered me a ministerial job. I also want to take on the ACB. Vote for Dr. Chakwera. We will get the railway lines throughout the country network done properly. We'll have ferries on the lakes, whether it's for tourists or for cargo. We're going to have electric city buses and long distance haul buses. We are going to have not all this nonsense domestic Japanese cars coming, filling the market where they're not emission friendly at all. We're going to give you the opportunity, if you want to buy a car, to buy a new one from the showroom because you're going to get cheap interest rates, single digits for commercial, single digit for agriculture. That's how a country booms. The money must be circulated amongst its people, not the 1%. Oguba. Now, coming to Oguba. In 1994, Bakiri Mluzi and UDF came in by default. It was supposed to be, I understand, Brown Pekanjira. And this comes from late Sam Mpaso, face-to-face discussions. But nevertheless, he came in, Bakiri, and he made a mess. He made a mess of his own businesses, and he's made a mess of our country. And corruption, he paved the road for corruption. He's got a case of 1.7 billion, which those days in Sano, but what happened? Once this APM came in and his Sano stopped hurting. He's okay now because they're protecting him. That, my friend, is the biggest cancer in this country. Protecting the president, the vice president, or the ministers from any wrongdoing. And that's where we've come short by taking them to task. But because we have 3 months and 5 days remaining to go, my suggestion is vote for this man and Malawi Congress Party. I'm there. I'm with him. There's no one who's going to go by lying to the man. We've spoken to Dr. Chakwera. Too many lies, no progress. We have to work hard. We have to be all over the country. You're a minister, get out of your office, go over the country. All over. Find out, meet businesses. What's the problem? Interest rates are going to go down. I've already told you. Single digits. Soft loans. Remember MSB Bank? We're going to open our own. The government's going to open its own. 2, 3, give you loans. But of course, you can't abuse it because you're going to go to jail. It's very simple. You got to respect. We're giving you an opportunity. Use it the right way. You don't have the knowledge, talk to us. Coming back to theft. Bakili Mluzi needed, and UDF needed a way. Now this is information I've lived, I've seen with my own eyes. And this is information I get from my campaigning for the last 3.5 years with MCP. Like any other government, you need to make, if you're not going to make money, for example, you're a president, vice president, or minister, or whatever, and you want to make money in the private sector, you have to drag in, you have to pull in the private sector. And what does he do? He brings in his Achimwenes, Malawians, and Asian Malawians. If you look, I have seen it in 50 years in this country, born and bred here. My umbilical cord was cut and buried at Queen Elizabeth. I have never seen so much wealth in my life. The Asians, from 0 to 100 in 25 years, or even less. In 10 years with Bakili, they took over the biggest factories, turned them into warehousing. They took over the biggest farms and made a mess of them. Ladies and gentlemen, do we really need rotten Asians? Not all, please. I'm not going to repeat myself. Of course, not all. You can't say all Malawians or Greek Malawians are all. No. Do we need them? I'm saying no, we don't. They must leave. We can do without them. And they are being squeezed out of Tanzania, as well as the Chinese, because they don't have the work ethics that we grew up with. We just got to work, do it honestly, diligently, with passion. That is your conviction. Malawi has not developed in 25 years since 1994. It's regressed and badly. Our population is not 17.5 million, ladies and gentlemen. It's more than that. They say it's hovering between 19 to 20 million. We don't have infrastructure. We don't even have lights. The water this morning was coming out brown. Lights went off a few days. You know, it's not on, guys. But yet they've siphoned billions. Now, the very latest one is that 53 or 54 billion for immigration uniform. I was down there yesterday. Less than 1,000 officers are employed, immigration officers. That equates to 53 billion kwacha per outfit. 53 million kwacha for one person to have his chipewa, tie, jacket, trousers, belt, whatever, and shoes. Let's say they got 2 sets, 3 sets for changing. 53 million kwacha per person. And who's involved? Asians. 3, by the way, 3 Asians. And government. Is that how you want to live? You know what 53 billion kwacha is? You know how much? Do you know what hospitals we can put up with 53? State-of-the-art equipment, helicopter pads, where if there's an emergency, it goes and collects and saves that person's life, picks them up. And yet, these people are stealing it and hoarding the money and pushing their agenda, these mwenyes. And their agenda, because don't forget, these guys are from Pakistan. You must know that. They're from Sudan and Somalia. Now that is all Islamic. Do I have a problem with Islam? Absolutely not. I've got very good friends who are Muslim. But I have got a problem when you come and step on my toes in a Christian country and trying to turn it into Islamic country. For example, the mosque that's been built at Queen Elizabeth Roundabout. You know that land was they tried to get it for many years, and they weren't awarded it. And even to build a mosque, and for some reason, from the city of Blantyre Council, they got it. They got it, and they built a mosque. And let me tell you something. We are going to investigate it, and immediately. And if it's true, which I believe it is true, we are going to close it down, that mosque, and we're going to turn it into a museum. Because whether it's a church, whether it's a Sikh temple, whether it's a synagogue, illegal is illegal. I've just seen an article today how Ministry of Lands is in dire straits, turned it into a private company, giving land to Asians and Lebanese. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our country. Yes, I'm a white man, Greek, Malawian, born in Malawi, Queen Elizabeth, 1968. I am Malawian. I applied for citizenship 3 years ago. And guess what? Chinese, Indians are getting them in suitcases full. And I have a message on my phone from the Grace Chumia saying, Nick, you were supposed to have your citizenship long time ago. Let me sort it out. Guess what? She was involved, allegedly, she was involved, 4 or 5 billion kwacha scam with the passports. What did Mutharika do? Shifted to another ministry, kicking the can down the road. So whether I get a passport or not with this administration, where the dual citizenship has come through, I don't really care. I'll get it when MCP comes in, because I've applied them and legally I'm eligible. And let me tell you something. I am a no-nonsense person, and so is Dr. Chakwera, and there is nobody who's going to walk a crooked line. You're going to walk a straight line. You don't like it. You're going to, we're going to ask for life imprisonment for every single person. That starts from Bakili Mnuzi going all the way. Look what's happening in America. Look what's happening in America, what we call the deep state. Trump has said enough. We Americans, the wealth is for the Americans, not for the few. The New World Order had a big impact all over the world. Reserve Bank of Malawi, where in the world do you think that you can charge 30% plus? That is called economic mosquito, sucking all our blood, all our money. You left us with a disease like malaria, which is corruption and poverty. That, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Chakwera is going to change. He's going to change it. When we wake up on the 22nd of May 2019, we're going to have a new president. And you're going to be so excited because you're going to be part of it. Youngsters, get your tools ready. Get your brains working. Get more knowledge and come and talk to me. If you don't get anywhere, talk to me. I will set up helplines where it will come to me. And we set up committees and we say, right, we need to build this. Who is experienced enough to help? If not, who's got the knowledge? Right, we've got the experience. Let's do it. We've got a lot of work. We've fallen behind as a country. 10th poorest country in the world. You know what I say? Get lost. Whoever said that. We are turning this place around. We're going to be better than Rwanda. We're going to be better than Botswana. We're going to be better than Tanzania. We're going to be better than the old Malawi. And let me tell you, Dr. Chakwera is a compassionate man who listens, who takes advice, and he wants to see one day to leave behind a country that his children, his grandchildren, and the nation, Malawi and Malawi people will be proud of. That's called a legacy. Bakili Mnuzi, late Bingu, George Banda, Arthur Peter Mutharika, and all of their vice presidents and ministers have left a rotten. I'll give you an example. How much money has been stolen since 1994? Close to 10 trillion. That's 10 budgets, 10 annual budgets. Do you know how much we could have done with that? Do you know, instead of losing somebody on the road because there was no ambulance, there was no helicopter to come pick them up? Why? Why should we have helicopters flying all over the country, saving people's lives? After all, Malawi can only operate on human beings and not robots. So we are needed. So protect us. We need ambulance. Serve us. The police, I've spoken to them. 100,000 kwacha salary, a normal traffic officer. What do you want the man to do with 100,000? Then you call them corrupt. Yes, it's wrong. It's wrong. But we need to give them proper housing, give them an incentive, not to, and if they do go corrupt, it's jail term, life imprisonment. Corruption is going to be a thing of the past. We're going to ask for life imprisonment. See, capital punishment, which is death in Malawi, has been abolished by Bakili because he knew what he was doing. In America, it's not abolished, by the way. Some states has. I don't believe in taking people's lives, but I do believe go to jail. And let me tell you something, when you go to jail, don't expect us to feed you. You get your own families to feed you. We've had enough of you. We want to prosper. Everybody in this country, Malawians and its people, have a right to try and get the best out of the best out of Malawi and out of this world before you die. We're not doing that. Everything keeps on going up. Water, electricity, fuel came down twice, all because it's campaigning. The electricity is sorted out 2 months ago, all because everything's campaigning. So every 4.5 years, we get 6 months of good stuff. We want development 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Las Vegas, Nevada, where all the gambling is. Google it. 1931, it started development. 1931. It was a desert. Have you seen what it looks like today? It's just a city. And they've got, I think, 8,000 megawatts of electricity, and we can't even get 351. That's just one city. Ladies and gentlemen, youngsters, university graduates, college graduates, technical graduates, all of you, musicians, artists, we have a lot of work. We're going to promote every single one of you. I want to see this country made in Malawi, outside, wherever I go, duty-free shops. It's up to you, and this man will do it. I'm next to him. No one's going to lie to him. No one. And who dies is going to lose their job, including myself. I'm not any special, but I've had enough. As for the Mwenyes, this is a stern warning to you. If you have not participated in corruption, you're free to go. If you have participated, and there's a high number of you that you have, you're going to jail. Now I know there's a lot of you who have left. Good luck to you. As long as you don't leave planet Earth, we are coming for you. We're coming for what you have through the court of law and our court of laws, Malawi, with the Malawi flag. And we're going to take everything back through the court of law. And you're going to go to jail. The time to make an agreement or plea bargain is finished. You should have done that years ago. Now, I'm on the block. I'm the new kid on the block. And I'm not going to allow you to destroy this country. Never, ever again. Sumudusa. You are going to jail. And that goes for Malawians. It goes for any person who lived in this country who has caused us a lot of sorrow, depression, divorces, money problems, health problems because of corruption and a broken down system. I support Dr. Chakwera. My name is Nicholas C. Yanakis. Yanakis has been here for 5 generations. I put that name behind Dr. Chakwera and MCP because I grew up and I know what MCP is all about. And I got to know Dr. Chakwera very well, and he's a good man. He's a good man. Support him, vote for him. You will be able to contact me if you can't get through to the ministries, and if they're not doing their job, you report to me, and we'll kick everybody's butt, if I may say so. This country is going places, and it's going to be the best in Africa. No one's going to stop us. We're going to revalue the kwacha. In other words, why should it be 7 something? Let it be 200-300 kwacha to the dollar. Why? Why? George Banda came into power and she went from, I think it was devalued by 85%, from 400 to 700 and something, if I'm not wrong. 85. Why? She doesn't even know what it is to run a country. You devalue. That's how you make people poorer. And guess what? We all got poorer. Do you want a good country? Do you want a law-abiding citizen? Vote for him. We'll make it work. It's very easy. Look at Trump. And we're a small country. It can happen overnight. Within a year, we got to start reaping the fruits of our benefits. We will. We're going to subsidize so many things. Atmark's going to be run professionally, online computers, open 24 hours a day. But don't think that UFA is the best thing in Malawi. You can have your nyama, you can have your vegetables at a very good price. You must have 3 square meals. You want to have 20 square meals, it's up to you. But you must be able to afford it through work. Through work. Be honest. Be hardworking. Be compassionate. Be patriotic. Priority Malawi. This message, I will be putting on more videos, but what I've learned through social media today about the Asians has solidified, rubber stamped, that these people are already on the run. We're coming for you, and we're coming for all of you. Not me, not Dr. Chakwera, not MCP. The 99.9% are coming for you. All of us. Tatopa now. And it's not Pipani. You will be jailed for life. You do the crime, you do the time. Let's build Malawi. Let's move forward together. It is possible. Kamuzu did it. Evidently, we can do it. But together. He can't do it on his own. There's no way. Dr. Chakwera can't. Nobody can. Together. He wants everybody in it. But we have to do it the proper way, the old-fashioned way, which is the honest way. No one must ever call us if you Oguba. Tatopa now. Please, think about your futures, about how much your parents have put into you, and how much they worry about you and themselves making ends meet. It's difficult. I'm a parent. I know what it is. Give yourself and your children and your parents the reprieve by voting and ushering him in. And I promise you, as long as I'm a Yanakis, this country will prosper. I am by him, Dr. Chakwera. I am by him. I'm part of his group. I'm part of the ministerial group, according to Dr. Chakwera. He offered me, and I'm going to do it. He's not going to be lied to you, too. The Mwenyes, you want to stay, walk a straight line. If you've done nothing wrong, it's fine with us. But if you have, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose whatever you stole. And you're going to pay back every cent. Malawians, you've also stolen a lot. A lot. Wake up. The law is not on your side. You're going to lose it. Ladies and gentlemen, patriotic Malawians, it's priority Malawi. Let's join hands. Let's move forward. Consolidate. Take stock of Malawi. Take back the title deeds of Malawi. And let's develop it at an alarming rate, but with quality development. I thank you. God bless Malawi. Please, he is the choice for 21st of May, 2019. I trust him. I've put the Yanakis name behind him. I believe he's going to be a fantastic, tremendous, loyal, patriotic president. And he means business. He wants to see a change. Thank you. God bless. We'll talk again.